Hey, you guys, we are back to do the final review of the Never Ever Mets. Yeah, the reunion. So let's get into it, child. This hood reunion, honey. I don't even know what was going on, child. It just wasn't popping. Stay tuned for more.
We keep it real, expressing how we feel. Whoa. So come on in and sip some tea. Join the KoEd family. We're about relationships and review, making it fun just for you. Go with God, let God go with you. It's time for Kourtney and Eddie.
I always put God first. What's going on, y'all? How y'all been doing? Welcome back to another video of Kourtney Eddie. I'm Eddie, aka E11. This is my lovely wife.
Kourtney, also known as Coco.
This right here is Kourtney Eddie. This channel is all about relationship, reviews, entertainment. It's all about famous rants and jokes. And tonight, we bring you the last review of the last episode of the reunion, which I thought was all right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, y'all drag me in front of this camera and act like we gonna use.
Okay, so if you're brand new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below and make sure that you like and you comment and all the things. All right, you guys. So let's just go ahead and get into it. So let's talk about the looks. Did anybody look stand out to you? Oh yeah, he liked Tatiana. Oh, she is pretty. Oh, she is.
I just said I can see why Chris was feeling her, and I can see why Kabasier didn't want to let her go. Cause she was dressed nice, and Brandon, I
didn't like that cleavage thing did not accent, at all. So that's just me. It's just you got to have like right cleavage or pushed up in the right way in order for you to wear something like that. But it just wasn't given. But I mean, yeah, she is a pretty girl. She always have been.
Brandon,
pretty natural.
I like Brandon how he has hair in this episode.
Oh yeah, Brandon looked nice.
He did. Brandon looked nice.
I said, "Come on, represent Alabama. You better."
So that's how I wanted my hair. If my hair kept growing, I would get mad like his. But apparently, it didn't work out that way.
It wasn't in the cards.
And here we are.
So as far as, I mean, I don't think none of the looks for the ladies stood out to me. I know Kiki had on the dress. I can't really remember what the ladies really had on, because when they have them like on the back shelf up there in the second row, you can't really see all of they, fits and stuff like that. Now, Taronda, she did have on clothes, child, but she on a dress with some boots. So I guess her dress style is just different. It works for her.
I didn't know she was that thick.
What? Taronda?
Mm-hmm.
Thick how? For a man to say a woman thick, it's more.
I didn't know she was that fluffy. I thought she was smaller than that. That's all.
Change your words, child. Change your words.
That's all I'm saying.
So anyway, let's get into it. So we got it first show, because I was saying, Hopper, who these folks? Because some of them people I had forgot. Like, what's her name? Alicia. I had forgot.
Which one, Alicia? It's Alicia.
Yeah, the speaking tunes. Yeah, her. So I had forgot, because she had on that wig, which I did not like. I don't think it fit her. But I think when she was on the she maybe had some braids or something like that. But anyway, so it started out with Irwin and Alicia, and it kind of showed the clips of their season and all that stuff, whatever. And child, they still don't like each other, honey. They still were throwing shots across, the stage from each other. But the part where some was said, and he was like, spare me, I guess, when they showed the clips or whatever. So the guys was just really and truly, whatever Alicia said, I forgot what she said, I didn't write it down. They was like, that's gaslighting right there. Oh, Brandon, baby, you should have said that about your girl the whole season. That's gaslighting right there. See, she loved the gas. One thing I can see that the men take up for the men. Most of them. They take up for the men. Some of the women, some, not all, take up for the women.
Joy had an issue with, I think Joy had an issue with Joy.
Who is Joy?
Jane. Jay.
Jay.
Yeah. The news story was Jay. Jay had an issue with, speaking tongue girls.
Alicia.
And she had an issue with Thai girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, the women, all the women, they were on the same page. Even Charlie had an issue with Jay.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, but yeah, man, she was gaslighting. Like, like the host said, now you said you told Irwin that you wasn't safe. So once he got up and walked away, here you go calling him back. Which is it? Are you safe or are you not safe? And she said, "Well, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have called him back." Yeah, at least she fessed up to that.
But I think she was saying it sarcastically. Yeah, I apologize. And so, because it seemed like everybody was pressuring her to do so. But yeah, it didn't seem sincere. Tatiana did tell what's the name, Irwin, you ain't depend on no woman, nobody make you happy. Happiness got to come from within. I was like, I don't think that's what he was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to be happy.
Excuse me, y'all. What?
Baby, could you have closed your mouth?
I'm sorry, I can't while burp, man. Because if I close my mouth, it goes back in my stomach, then it swells my stomach up.
And that's when you got a lot of burping now. So anyway, so he was saying, that was gaslighting. So Taronda did ask.
Why you always gotta take pot shots at me?
Pot shots. Don't do that. And y'all, we actually had a long weekend. So, this video is late because, Eddie has been working like long hours and he had to go to work unexpectedly yesterday. Then we got a house guest and then I had to go to the ER because I was having back issues and stuff. And so now if I'm not as jovial, it's because them pain medicine still working and stuff. So yeah. Zip my zipper chair. So that's why, so if y'all don't see us because either he working or we just got some stuff going on. But so anyway, they asked him, was he still, with his ex or whatever? I guess not his girl.
Yeah, he said yeah, but did he say something about? Nah, go ahead. Somebody else go ahead.
But I think as far as Alicia,
she's not dating nobody.
She's just dating Jesus. She didn't say that, but I'm just saying. Jay was saying too. It seems as though that Alicia said something. You know what I'm saying? And Jay chimed in, and I think Jay said that the girl was extra, and then Alicia said you extra too. So Jay wasn't feeling. And to be honest, okay, so I was on Instagram. Instagram, yeah. When I was strolling on Instagram and they showed a clip of the latest kind of, saying some stuff about Jay and how she's rude. And I just did the eyeball emojis in the comments. Somebody said, "Oh, I watched y'all review and I was really shocked that y'all never called that Jay and her bad attitude." Well, to be honest, I said some stuff, but I'm just not calling out Jay because I still think it's just the way Jay is. She's a straight shooter. I think that Chicago has something to do with it. And maybe not everybody from Chicago just straight blunt to the point. I could be straight blunt to the point and, but I think she's a straight shooter. I think that she see what she see. And I just think that she prefer hanging around guys versus girls because a lot of girls can be messy and it is what it is. So I'm just saying. So everybody got a different viewpoint. Everybody see it different. So everybody not going to see it the same.
Yeah, Jay is just who she is. Her personality is a little aggressive. It's a little rough around the edges, but that's who she is. And she's not gonna bite her tongue. But I think she's messy though. She is messy, cocky, arrogant, messy. Yeah, that's who she is. That's Chicago for you.
So then they talk about, let's see, the clips were Clay and Tatiana. And before I get into that, I told y'all last week that Clay Cavassier was gonna be on Miss Pat Settles It, little court reality show and stuff like that. So, and I know somebody in the comments had said that too, but I ended up watching it. So the girl that he's supposed to be suing was his girlfriend or something like that, and she's pregnant. Now, is this the girl that he said walked into his house and got pregnant? I don't know, but that is a good question.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me kick some boom in it. He said the girl walked into his house and just got pregnant. Yeah. So once she walked through the doorway, bam, she got pregnant.
Yeah.
No intercourse.
He didn't go into all that. He said
touch her. It's just like, so women, if y'all go to his house, don't walk through that doorway.
Gonna end up
pregnant. Be on Miss Pat's show.
So I'm trying to see. I would love to know the timeline. So on that particular episode, he looked slimmer. Now, like Eddie said, he could have been slimmer and then got bigger, because I'm thinking that this Miss Pat show is more recent. So I would like to know the timelines. And then the girl, and I guess I don't know if this is the first time. I don't really watch Miss Pat court show like that or whatever. But the thing is that once he left out, because Miss Pat was like, neither one of y'all, neither one of y'all win. So they left out. Then one girl in the who's this in the courtroom or whatever, Miss Pat, I was just with him. He got a picture of him. Excuse me, and him and I together. I was just with him. And she was like, girl, what? Then that told the bailiff, go out there and get Clay. He was like, man, he run fast. I can't catch him. So I don't know. I don't know if all of this is just staged. I don't know. But it seemed like Cavassier liked to be in front of the camera. Point blank and period. So So Tatiana brought in the wait a minute. Oh, Tatiana, I think the question was asked, like, where are you guys now, and all this stuff, or what was your reason for coming on the show? They each said it. But she said that she had asked Clay as far as him having a girlfriend, and he said he ain't saying nothing, right?
Right.
What else, babe?
And when the host asked Clay, do you have a girlfriend? No, was he dating? He said, yeah, I got a girlfriend. And Tatiana said, you ain't say that last night. Then he said, what you mean? Then she said, why you over there sweating? Why your brow sweating? He said, I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
And so apparently he's still lying.
Yeah. And then they also talked about the hug. Now, the hug was the big thing from that girl coming in and all that stuff, whatever. So some people say it wasn't that bad, and some people say, oh, yes, it was. And then they showed the clips of everybody, doing the hug. And that hug was bad. I mean, for you to have a girlfriend, it absolutely was.
Yeah. Excuse me, I'm a long week. Sorry. Yeah, if you have a significant other, you shouldn't have another person hug on you like that, jump on you like that, because you gotta still show respect to your significant other. And to me, yeah, I think the hug was kind of crossing the line. I think the hug was crossing the line.
Absolutely.
But I think Clay kind of noticed Chris was taking it up for Tatiana. He said, man, you got a thing for her or something? You sure looking at her real funny? And Chris said, you still in your feelings, man? So Chris and Cavassier, they had some issues, because me personally, I think Chris was feeling Tatiana.
You just noticed this, or you talking about the whole season?
Just noticed this.
Okay. So, but yeah, they talked about that and stuff like that. And Jay was just saying, as far as Tatiana felt some type of way, because it seemed like everybody knew about everything but her. And it was like he was playing in this girl's face, which I agree.
He was, man. And I always thought the women should have said something to her earlier, but they let it ride, man. And I'm saying, damn, what kind of friends are those? You know what I'm saying? You know the secret, but you won't tell your girl the secret.
Right.
So.
They showed the clips of Ty and Brittany, and everything. And Brittany said that her and Ty talked about, boundaries, because in that clip they were showing, like, he was saying, I want to kiss. She said they talked about boundaries before they got there, and she just didn't feel comfortable, giving him a kiss. And so he was saying that, I thought we was here to get to know each other and to take it to the next level, but it seems like, she wanted to block me in all those different, places and stuff. And he said that I thought that, I would cater to her and she would cater to me, but it don't seem like she was catering to him.
As Brittany,
she said, I ironed your clothes, though.
He said, one time, I said, Ty cooked for her, rubbed her feet, gave her massages and whatnot, and she ironed this outfit one time. But anyway, as Brittany was speaking to Ty, the camera would cut over to Jay, and Jay would roll her eyes every time Brittany would speak, because Brittany and Jay, they had issues with one another. And Jay just came out, basically what it is, Jay said, you need to be focusing on your own man, but you want to hug on everybody else. And she said, yeah. Then she said something about Brittany hugging on, touching on Cinco. I think Cinco kind of shut her down, though. Mm-hmm. He told Brittany, you need to go on somewhere else with that, So, yeah, man. So,
Yeah, they talked about that. She was also saying too that at one time Ty stole a kiss from her. And that's not something that she wanted. So Tawana was just talking to Ty about boundaries and respecting her boundary. If she didn't want to kiss and she didn't want to do those things, then that's something that you shouldn't have did.
And like I said, and that's fine and dandy. Okay, if she set boundaries, respect the boundaries. But while you're respecting the boundaries, don't be eating my crab legs. That's all I'm saying. The boundaries don't mean squat when you want to come on my house to eat my food. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she also said that he popped on the bus so hard her teeth shattered the song. I was like, what? That sound abusive. I'm just saying. He hit you that hard, like he swung back like a paddle. So I don't know.
I don't know about all that, but hey, that's what she says.
Taronda asked them both if they were dating, and I don't think Ty said he was dating. I don't know about what Brittany said. But yeah, you already talked about the part where she was rolling her eyes and stuff, and Taronda told them, say it seemed to be some tension between Jay and Brittany. Like, what's going on? And then Jay was like, I don't know what the issues and stuff like that. And Brittany said, well, when we first came in the house, like you didn't speak to none of the ladies, like you walked right past us. And she said, that's not true. I said hi. She said, I say hi. And then what's her name? Charlie jumped in and said, no, I can vouch for you did not speak at all. Like really and truly, Cinco ended up saying, hey, I apologize and all that stuff. And Jay was like, he didn't have to apologize for me. She said, but yeah, I did speak. So,
I want to say, Jay, I want to say something if you watch this or not. You got to kind of, I understand that's your personality, but sometimes you do have to read the room, man. Come on, man. If you got, speak to people. Don't be so rude sometimes, okay? That's not going to carry you far in life, okay? Be pleasant,
be cordial.
Be cordial, because, you put all this stuff on your body like that, trying to be the mean girl, it's going to wear you out when you get older, man. So, yeah, chill with that, man. You're a nice looking person. You got your good man with Cinco. So, yeah, man, you just be happy. Sometimes when people act like that, they be like mean to people. I feel, oh, you miserable. You're a miserable person. And I hope that's not the case with her.
Because to me, Cinco and her balance each other well. Cinco seems to be very, very nice, and I think sometimes they said that he would probably check her if need be, but sometimes you can be so. I think she has this hard exterior, but I really don't think that that's who she is. It's a lot of people like that. They put on this hard exterior because that's just what they used to having to do.
I think Jay is a big softy at heart.
And she probably is.
You try to play that hard role, and you probably cry in the corner. You say something to her.
So, cause you see how when they had they argument, her and so see how she got upset about that. But so also she had said, I don't know, like I think people don't like when people take shots at people's age. You know what I'm saying? They call it ageism and all that stuff. Whatever, people don't like that. I really truly, it don't really bother me. I don't really care. But as far
speak for yourself, that crap bothers the crap out of me. Ooh, Mr. Eddie. I ain't no Mr. Eddie. I'm Eddie. E-Dub. If you guys call me E-Will, whatever, don't call me no Mr. Eddie.
Not E-Will.
Yeah, but the point is, ageism is a serious problem in the United States. And I'm here to tell you. Stop it.
Not a commercial.
It's a commercial. Ageism is a serious problem in the United States. There's a way we can cure that. Just be more open-minded to your next person, okay? If you see somebody older than you, don't speak on their age. Just treat them as a regular person. Okay? But that's my advice from me to you.
But Jay did say something. It seems like maybe the older women, got beef or smoke with the younger. And Brittany was like, girl, we talking about age, honey. You got more lines in your face than I do. So, hey, I don't know, Chad, because I don't know.
We got colorism. You got sexism. You got ageism. To me personally, ageism is the worst one. I guess because I'm getting older now.
Yeah.
I'm on the other side of that, and it doesn't feel good when somebody says, "Ooh, you old. Ooh, your bones fall."
Did you used to do it when you was younger?
Yeah.
Okay, then they probably I
did my mom like that all the time. Ooh, you old. You can't dare to get up. Now here I am, getting out of bed, pop, crack, and everything.
So they decided, that's why I said the reunion just wasn't what it should have been to me, because they decided to play a game inside the reunion, which me, in my opinion, you had to kind of fill in some time. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all played games when y'all was at the together.
But they try to be petty too and stir the pot.
So they played a game and say who was the peacemaker in the house, and Cinco won for being the peacemaker in the house.
I can see that.
If you could switch partners, like who would you switch with?
This was the messy part right here.
And they had to write down their answer, and some said Chris.
Tatiana said Chris, and Chris said Tatiana, which I said, okay, yeah. And that didn't make Clay feel good at all, man.
No, Alexis.
Yeah, and Alexis too. Go get him, old woman.
They probably together right now.
I told you, Alexis, stay in your age group. But dude, you try to hang out with the young people. You see where they got you? A broken heart. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it is what it is.
The next question was,
and Brandon picked the person I was surprised about.
Huh? I don't think. Okay, go ahead.
No, they still playing the game.
Yeah, but I don't think that part came to. But it could have.
Yeah, because Brandon picked Charlie, and I think Kiki said something about that. She said, "Go ahead, go over there, talk to take him," something like that. I said, "Why you pick Charlie?" Because I think Charlie picked Brandon.
I don't know, Brandon. You want to stay with that? Like, got too many children for you, child. I don't care. And I'll talk about that later. But anyway, it was another question: who has been talking to somebody after the show? After the show was over, who started talking?
I think that was Brandon.
That's what I was gonna say. Brandon and Charlie. Then they call him. He was like, "Man, that's my waffle buddy."
Come on, bro. A waffle buddy with 4 kids. I don't get her extra kids. With 4 kids, man. Hey, whoever floats your boat, I'm not gonna. That's kidsism too, ain't it?
Kidsism. Not kidsism.
Yeah, kidsism when you got a lot of kids and people don't want to talk to you. So yeah, I'm not trying to pull the kidsism on her, man, but 4 kids is a lot of kids.
It is a lot.
I ain't gonna, especially today.
And let me say this, and she keeps saying, I don't need you to take care of my kids. I don't need that from you. They got their own dad. And baby, that's not how this works. When a man comes into your life, he is a provider. Most of the time, he's taking care of you and your kids. He's not gonna say, well, we going out to dinner. Who gonna feed them kids? Like, split the check. Is this gonna be? She gonna get these 4, and we're gonna get. Like, it don't work like that.
It's a package deal.
It's a package deal. So stop making a man feel bad to. Oh, he don't want to talk to me because I got all these kids. He don't, because he know that it's not just you. It's you plus your 3 and 4. Like, and when you're looking at the bills, when you're looking at, somebody even come and said, even picking a vehicle, we got to get a van. We can't get a 2-seater.
Yeah. See, that's the problem with kidsism. Kidsism is another problem in the United States. When a woman has 4 or 5 kids and she need a new man, now that man got to give up his sports car to get a minivan. That sends the man to a deep depression, and sometimes he might unalive himself. And I'm just saying, kidsism.
So let's.
Hey, I need to be on a commercial for.
So let's move on. So we talked about this briefly, but Chris and Tatiana, that's when Clay was just saying that, I see the way you're looking at my girl. Lex was just saying, I feel like they, got something going on, like they talking now. Alexis, like, you want to sit in his lap, you know what I'm saying? So
don't get mad.
But to be honest, I think Alexis was just playing. Now, Clay, I think he was sick.
Now, Clay was still serious.
Yeah.
I told you, Clay still has feelings for Tatiana.
Yeah, it's too bad, too late.
He probably saw how she was dressed, too. Dang God, he already got the draws.
Well, yeah.
But he said, man, I'm going to be honest with you, Clay, y'all would have made a good-looking couple, man.
But Tatiana was not like, what's her name?
Charlie.
She didn't keep getting it to him after she found out the man didn't want to be with her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what for some delusional reason, she kept thinking that this man wanted to still be with her. So now let's talk
about kidsism. That's why. See, that's a symptom of it. Part of the side effects of kidsism.
So now let's talk about Cinco and Jay. Y'all know briefly, hey.
But Cinco, I hope you make the team. He had to leave early to try for a basketball team. What was it, China?
Mm-hmm.
It was somewhere in Asia somewhere. I hope you make the team, brother, man. So, man, I ain't gonna lie, real talk. I wish you nothing but the best, man. You seem like you have a good head on your shoulder. You seem like you're a sensible young man. just keep Jay out of trouble, because she would get herself in trouble. She gonna mouth out to the wrong person.
Jay said that, you know, they had a good connection. She said we wasn't like strangers like other people. You go to Rhonda said, ooh, shots fired, honey. So she talking about like the other people that didn't make it, honey. She said they was beyond. She said that's why they was getting it in on the first time they met, honey, because they wanted to go and get that out the way. So they said that they doing good. They're in a good place. She said he has met her family, met her son, and they get along. And she was like, sometimes he just send her roses, I guess for no reason. So yeah, she was like, he a pretty good dude. And you know, they got a good thing going on. So Taronda asked him, was he going to marry her?
Yeah, eventually, yeah, if things go the way they go, yeah, man, it seems like they're on a good path. You know, the problem, I think the only issue they have is where they're gonna stay. They're gonna stay in Atlanta or Chicago. Me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, Jay. Go to Atlanta. Yeah, I'm just saying. There's more opportunities down in Atlanta than Chicago. I've been to Chicago in my dreams. In my dreams.
So in the next segment, you got what they was talking about, Alexis and Chris. So Taronda asked Alexis, like, what it you wanted to, I see you wanted to be intimate, but it didn't seem like he wanted to be. And he said that, you know, he liked to talk. Like he want to take his time. Man. He want to talk and get to know the person and stuff like that.
The way you looking at Tatiana, man, stop the cap.
But somebody said, well, he sent a eggplant emoji to you, I heard. And Taronda said, did y'all do anything?
Nope. He said, man, I don't want that old coochie. He probably got Caldwell's. But yeah, I know y'all women, y'all older women, like, you can't talk, you old too. I'm older, not old, okay. But no, but I can tell Chris was into her, and I'm surprised Alexis, as old as she is, and as experienced as she is, that she didn't pick up on that. You know, he didn't even want to take her to the boom boom room. He said he was and changed his mind. That should have been a clue right there.
But the people said that they did see them and catch them doing some things.
Yeah, so it wasn't no that. It was something else.
So Alexis said that it seems as though that there was some. I think somebody said Kiki caught them doing some things. I don't know if
they had the clothes off.
Yeah, they had their clothes off. What was that?
You know, or problem. She probably.
But you butt naked though. You do that and don't finish and do the other.
He probably finished it before he can do the other. And he said, "I'm good now."
So, and I think somebody else caught them doing something or whatever. So it seemed like they've been around there sneaking around doing something.
They haven't had sex though.
Or sex. Or sex.
I'm talking about regular sex, okay?
So
he probably didn't want to do that. He said, just do that to me. I'll be good.
So the part where Alex was just saying that as far as, you know, she felt some type of way when mix two names together, their names together is called Licks. But Chris is saying that, you know, she was controlling. So she said, you know, she had to take some steps back and really kind of look at herself, and that's not who she think that she is. But he was like, they not together, they're both of it, they're, you know, they kind of relationship both fizzled out and stuff like that. So, you know, but so I think she said, well, now he can get with Tatiana. Mm-hmm. Yep. And then I think Clay even called out Chris and said that he would something about some game that they was playing, he said he would want to be with Tatiana. So, you know, at the end of the reunion, he hugged her.
Said something to her.
Yeah. And he was looking back.
Yeah, Tatiana was smiling. I said, ooh, Tatiana, you a wanted woman.
Got the men going crazy. So, but Chris was just saying, you know, he liked Tatiana energy. He liked the way she looked. She's beautiful. He liked her energy. He said, didn't I tell you I'm an energy type of person? So yeah, I liked her energy.
So what's wrong with Alexis' energy? Oh, that's the old energy. Her energy was, she used that mouse and what you call the little wheels, the tread wheels, and the little mouse you call them tread wheels. Hamster, yeah, the hamster wheel. And you know how people used to have the light the lights with that, they put the hamster on the wheel with a little pulley. Too complicated a joke, man.
Yeah, it is. Boo. So it comes down to Chris is not dating, Alexis is dating.
What
So-
she is dating?
I guess I wrote that, so I don't know.
Alexis, who you dating? Hope you got somebody your age this time. And so you try the young boys, you see how it turned out.
So Brandon and Kiki, they showed the clips of them, and Brandon said that, you know, as far as the drinking thing and stuff, that was a turnoff, but you know, he did apologize because maybe he was overreacting when it came to that. So, you know, maybe he putting too much sauce on it because it seems as though the other people was drinking, it was social and everything. So I think it was some they had said what he said he wasn't with his waffle buddy at that time. And they was like, at that time, like y'all spent a lot of time together.
Yeah, you kind of told yourself, player. I said, at that time, pump your brakes, man. So y'all together now? Man, you sure you ready for that? 4 kids, and plus, like you said, you don't have no kids. You go from 0 kids to 4.
You look too young to be trying to do stepdad.
All right, now you get with Charlie, you gonna be looking like me with good and hair loss. So you better stay in your lane, young man.
So Kiki said that Brandon was like her best friend. And somebody said, well, he was your best friend. Don't you tell your best friend everything? Why you didn't tell him about, you know, you being with your ex and stuff? So, you know, but he said if she would have told him that in the beginning, I think he said he would have been gone because that was a red flag.
That was a deal breaker.
Yeah. So now they get down, child, to this pitiful couple, honey, Jared and Charlie. So they showed the clips of them.
Jared, did you sign on to be a villain? Because even when you try to get this woman a compliment, it's a backhanded compliment. And you know this woman crazy about you. I think that's the reason why you do her the way you do her.
And that's the sad part about it. Like, why? Why would you want to hurt somebody that really and truly is into you like that? That baffles the mind. Like,
it's a power thing, control.
So, but men like the chase, and once they got it, sometimes then the chase is over. They done with it, and then also Charlie don't give him much to chase. Even when you're in a relationship, child, you still got to let that man chase you.
But Jared wants to keep Charlie around in case he had one of the lonely nights and his phone's dry. Well, I guess I'll call Charlie.
Well, he gonna catch a flight.
I guess he would catch a flight.
Another flight. So anyway, Charlie said that she had no idea how he really felt. You know, so they showed all the clips and all that stuff like that. So she said she had no idea how he really felt. Jared said, we both had secrets. I just couldn't get past, you know, your secret. And then plus, you know, hey, you check the boxes because of the good sex. Like, dang.
Which makes sense to me. It really does, because Charlotte having 4 kids, I don't know if they're by the same guy, different guys. But, you know, maybe she do have good sex. And that's why, you know, she have all them babies. So, I don't know. She got them hips, boy. What do you call them? Breeder hips?
Childbearing.
Childbearing. How the breeder?
Somebody said she had a BBL. I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
I just natural. She popping the babies up. Pop, pop, pop.
So, but if y'all put a condom on, then you won't be feeling all that, right?
Yeah, you can't do that.
Okay, so that's why.
Yeah, you gotta take a chance. Russian roulette, baby.
And the thing is, so did y'all talk about your STDs or any kind of things that y'all had?
STDs? What? Man, we ain't worried about no STDs at this moment. And once you go to the clinic, that's when you're worried about it.
Because you all hot and bothered.
Yeah.
So Charlie said that she really and truly felt some type of way when he said on day 2, he said F no. You know, so she felt like I guess she was giving it her all, and he was just like, no, he was over it. So she said as far as the things as far as with the kids and stuff like that, was it the kids that was the issue, or was it the secret that was the issue? And he was like, both.
Yeah, it's both, man. You lied to me.
And the secret.
Now you got you have lieism and you got kidism. I can't take too many isms. so yeah, man. You tell me that you had one child. Now you have another child on me you didn't tell me about. Then you got 2 more kids you haven't told me about. That's 4 kids. You went from 1 to 4. That's a big jump, man.
Mm-hmm.
Now I probably can like let you slide from 1 to 2, but you went from 1 to 4. Dang, girl.
And the fact too that Brandon, if this what you think that you gonna, you know, she gonna be lying to you and keeping secrets from you too, bro. Because it seems like she doing this to, I guess, trap a man and keep. So you know that most men don't want to date a woman with a bunch of kids. That's why you kept it from him.
Yeah, man, that's fact. Cause when I found the woman had 3 kids or 2 or more kids, 2 is my max. But after that, I can't do it, man. I can't do it, especially the young kids, and I gotta deal with different baby daddies. That is too much, man.
Right.
That's a lot, man. Then then the kids look at you. Are you my dad? Hell no. so no, it's nope. 2 is the max.
And like I said before, she reiterated, said that she don't need nobody. She, her kids are not a burden. Well, then if they not a burden, baby,
Why you lie about it?
Why you lie about it?
Yeah, why you lie
You
about
should have said. You shouldn't have said anything. You should have told people up front, hey, this how many kids I got. You can like it or don't like it.
And some guys will date a woman with 4 kids. I know that for a fact. Some guys will. So,
or they'll just be with you for the good sex and see
but
what
the
they
point
can do.
is, you gotta be straight up and forward with people, so they have the option to be with you or not. And you kind of took the option away from Jared. Now, don't get me wrong, Jared lied too. You know what I'm saying? He said he lied about his child too.
Yeah,
so
he did.
So y'all just liaism all around. Man.
So she still said that they got daddies. They got a dad. So I don't know if there's multiple men or not. And she was like, I make good money. So but girl, that you don't understand. But anyway, they showed the unseen clips of where Jared was saying, man, once this show over with, man, they're gonna be all in your DMs. You gonna come up. I'm like, that's what you're there for. That's what you're there for.
No, most of them there for, man. That's common sense. You get on TV, things don't work out on television, which sometimes they wish it don't work out. So after the show, they had the DM popping, you know what I'm saying? All kind of women they DM. But hey, maybe it is what it is.
He also said too that, like you're my soulmate, he said, and he said something and then he kind of flipped it. Like, I don't want to be with you, but then you my soulmate, so you'll always be in my life. And then she was like, there you go. Saying one thing and then saying something, I guess, to kind of reel her back in. So Taronda asked, is she still in love with him?
And she said, yeah, I love this man. That's your problem, Charlie. You love somebody that doesn't love you. They want to keep you around in case they want to, get the draws or the GTDs.
Yeah.
So you gotta love yourself, man, and stop trying to have stop having a man trying to complete your life. You got them kids that you gotta be concerned about in yourself. And all this man gonna do is come in, pop out, pop in, pop out, because he's not looking at you as a serious person.
Nope. He's just looking at you, somebody he has sex with, the soul. The soul. Yeah, and I think Alexis did say that, like, you got to love yourself, girl. Like, you cannot be out here trying to find love, as they say, in all the wrong places. Love yourself. And then once you get into a place to where you focus on you, your kids, and all that stuff, then love will find you. It'll find you unexpectedly, I promise you. That's what happened to us. So, when you stop going out there, I need a man, or I did that, is this my husband, girl, just relax, chillax. And if y'all got men in y'all, if you got men in your DM, baby, just delete them or block them, honey, because that right now don't need to be your focus at all. So anyway, but that's all we got. Y'all let us know what y'all thought about the reunion. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let us know your comments and thoughts. And I can't tell y'all, we'll see you on the next video, because honey, I don't know when that'll be. I really don't. I'll have to do something, honey, to keep us in the algorithm, honey, for you to think that we just stopped doing.
I know what we can do. So I'll take the zip it on the video. Y'all gonna see how small I get each video. I think they'll grab some attention on it.
I don't know. So, but yeah, so I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know if we just go live. Y'all want to talk about the Diddy case? Y'all want to talk about what just happened yesterday about I don't want to talk about politics.
I do.
I know
I try to tell y'all about that, man, but nobody listens to.
You still got a job, so hush.
Here we go.
Limited stuff you can say.
When the draft started, hey, I'm too old to be drafted. And that's a good thing about me. Ageism. Ageism. Right on the draft card. Ageism.
And so y'all just, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. But on that note, you guys, we will see you guys on the next video, whenever that is. Don't forget to go with God and let God go with you.
I always put God first.
Deuces.